Wow, Lauren, as co-chairpersons of the 2021 Kindest Kansas Citian event, this mission has taken us farther than I ever would have imagined.
Michael, we're almost done. We need to celebrate kindness now more than ever. We've been to tons of planets like Mars, Jupiter, and Pluto looking for our honorary stars and the kindest place in the universe.
Lauren, we've debated this a million times. Pluto is not a planet. With the last name of Kepler, I figured you'd know this.
Well, as the great niece of Johann Kepler, I can tell you it's technically a dwarf planet. I can explain more about that later, as well as the laws of planetary motion. Anyway, I still feel like we haven't found the place with the absolute kindest people.
Whoa, who are you?
Greetings. I come from the planet of home office. Like the rest of the universe, I've been working remote for a while, and now I'm searching for a place that goes to infinity and beyond with kindness and acceptance, and I'm stumped. I've been to Roswell, New Mexico. I've checked out Uranus. I've even visited several used car dealerships. Zero kindness there. Next, I was going to go to Kansas City. Ever heard of it?
Well, maybe, Lauren. The kindest place in the universe has been in front of us all along. Should we go back home?
Yes, let's go back. By the way, why are you only wearing a dress shirt and athletic shorts? Do all aliens dress that way?
You know, Zoom calls while working at home. Business on top, alien CrossFit on the bottom. Want to see me do some burpees?
Not really.
I'll pass.
But your outfit is perfect for the virtual Kindest Kansas Citian live stream on Friday, May 7th. Everyone in the universe can watch the event on YouTube. And I know just the place to take you. Michael, let's beam home.
Sounds good.
It's so great to be back in Kansas City. We thought we'd start with a place that might feel like home to you.
Home! I think Kansas City is getting us closer to the kindest place in the universe.
This year, we received over 3,000 nominations from our students who wrote essays about their kindest Kansas Citian.
Whoa, 3,000? That's an astronomical number. Each year I look forward to hearing the stories from kids across Kansas City about their kindest Kansas Citians. This year's event is going to be stellar.
Can't wait. Now, where'd that alien go? Let's go.
Let's go.
We've landed at the truest, kindest place in Kansas City, Gracemore Elementary School.
I'm so glad we found our kindest Kansas Citians, the kindest school, and our honorary stars, Jake Jacobson and the Geiger family.
We'll learn more about Gracemore Elementary and our kindest Kansas Citians later in the live stream.
Oh, hey! It's our alien friend again. What's your backstory anyway? Jake Jacobson, hey!
It's Jake Jacobson, one of our honorary stars.
Well, you know, everybody's been wearing masks for the past year, and I just thought this one was super cool.
Glad you've been running around Kansas City while Michael and I have been working hard to promote this event.
Well, you know, I am an honorary star. And also, who could pass up the chance to spend more time at Boulevard and Worlds of Fun and so many great places around town? And, you know, we're celebrating kindness tonight, and we got to experience so much kindness around town today. And we got to catch up with our 2021 Kindest Kansas Citians.
We can't wait to share with you all the heartwarming stories from all of our kindest Kansas Citians and learn about the critical work that Synergy does for all Kansas City schools, including Gracemore Elementary.
And as you hear about all the kind things happening in Kansas City,
We want to inspire you to join in yourself. Synergy Services needs your help to fund the critical work that they're doing. So please text KKC 2021 to 243-725 to register for the online auction tonight.
Yeah, we have a lot of great packages tonight. I know I have my eye on a couple of them. And so we want you to get involved. The silent auction will wrap up about 10 minutes after the live stream. And it's just going to be a great night. And wait a second. I am sensing some extraterrestrial activity. Something about our leaders. I think Robin and Dennis are nearby. Robin, Dennis, can you hear us?
Robin, Dennis, can you hear us?
Thank you for joining us tonight at our 31st annual Kindest Kansas Citian Awards. Tonight, we celebrate acts of kindness that are out of this world.
We would like to thank our generous sponsors who made tonight possible. We would also like to thank our honorary stars, Jake Jacobson and the Geiger family, for setting a positive example of what it means to show kindness in our Kansas City community.
Our city is a much better place thanks to you. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and your belief in the mission of Synergy Services. This year, we are grateful to have Michael Gabrick and Lauren Kepler as this year's Kindest Kansas Citian event chairs. They have worked hard to oversee every detail of tonight and hope that you have a wonderful experience and enjoy the show.
As you get to know these incredible students and their nominees, we challenge you to consider how you can incorporate small acts of kindness into your everyday life and interactions with those around you.
If you listen carefully to some of their stories, you will hear that it is the everyday, simple acts of kindness that mean so much to these children.
We hope that you end your time with us this evening feeling encouraged, hopeful, and ready to make this world a better place.
There is so much that can be overcome by simply being kind.
Now get ready as we celebrate these nominees who are indeed out of this world.
Beaming directly via satellite live into your homes from the Synergy Services Orbital Mission Control Station, please welcome your interstellar host for the evening, Synergy Services' own Commander Claire Sundermeyer.
Robin and Dennis are absolutely right. Tonight, we're here to celebrate the kindest in KC, live from Mission Control. The kindness of our 31st annual Kindest Kansas Citian nominees have shown has impacted each of our essay writers, no matter the size of the act of kindness. We received over 3,000 essays from students across the metro, writing about the kindest Kansas Citian they know. From that group, we selected the top 20, and tonight, you will get to learn more about each of these nominees and the impact they've had on so many across our community. Tonight, we also have the pleasure of honoring Jake Jacobson and the Geiger family as our 2021 Honorary Stars. These astronomically kind people will be joining a long list of individuals honored as our Honorary Stars each year, recognized for the kindness they spread across Kansas City. From doctors saving lives, to teachers going above and beyond to support their students, and neighbors showcasing kindness to community members. And we have one huge act of kindness happening here tonight. American Century Investments is our presenting sponsor of the 31st Annual Kindest Kansas Citian Awards and has shown some out-of-this-world kindness to make tonight happen. We hope that you're inspired by each of these kind acts tonight. Every dollar raised will go straight to support Synergy's school-based integrated services programming. You'll learn more about this life-changing and life-saving program, which is just one of the 30 different programs within Synergy here tonight. Now, if you haven't yet, get out your phones and text KKC 2021 to 243-725 to get registered for our auction. Oh, I'm getting something. Auction packages? You can't find anywhere else in the Milky Way? A nugget couch? A nugget couch? You can get it right now. You can get in our raffle. One ticket for 20 or three for 50? Oh, come on. Get in there. But in the meantime, I'm so excited to introduce you to some of our Kindest Kansas Citians and their nominees as we celebrate the 31st Annual Kindest Kansas Citian Awards presented by American Century Investments. And in just a few minutes, you will hear directly from our essay writers. Oh, I'm getting something else. One of our chairpersons, Lauren Kepler, is back from her space adventure just in time to introduce one of our honorary stars, the Geiger family. We'll hear briefly from Julie Geiger as she accepts this stellar award on behalf of the entire Geiger family. Now, join me in welcoming Julie Geiger and Lauren Kepler, followed by a very special message from J.E. Dunn.
Hi, I'm Lauren Kepler, one of tonight's co-chairpersons alongside Michael Gabrick. I'm so excited to introduce you to the Geiger family, one of our 2021 honorary stars. The Geiger family is an example of true servant leadership and is carrying on as the 5th generation of their Kansas City family-owned business. Geiger Ready Mix exudes kindness in our community, from Julie and Todd's leadership to every member of their team. Geiger Ready Mix is proud that for the past 15 years, they have had 100% participation in the Greater Kansas City United Way campaign, with all 250 teammates contributing. In addition to financial donations, Geiger has donated thousands of yards of concrete for community projects such as wheelchair ramps, playgrounds, ball fields, and many more, all here in Kansas City. And when the Geiger team is not at work, teammates volunteer in their local communities, focusing on improvements in education, homelessness, mental health, and many other issues. The Geiger family believes that by giving back, volunteering, and working together as a team in our community, we can improve the places in which we live and work. I am honored to introduce Julie Geiger and congratulate her and her family as 2021 honorary stars.
Thank you very much for the Kindest Kansas Citian Award. Geiger Ready Mix is very honored. Synergy Services has done so much for the Kansas City area. We are proud to be recognized and associated with such an organization. Geiger Ready Mix has been around since 1892. I am fortunate to be part of the 5th generation of the family-owned business. We have 5 core values that we pride ourselves in. The 5th core value being, we will show respect for our community and environment. My father, grandfather, and great-grandfather before me were always highly involved in our communities. With 5 strategic locations around the Kansas City area, we can touch a lot of people. We help build communities with being part of concrete and construction. We watch neighborhoods grow. We build schools, grocery stores, fire stations, homes, parks, and streets. Geiger Ready Mix sponsors many youth sports programs, school programs, Eagle Scout projects, as well as community projects. Giving back through donations, gifts of service, and being involved in our communities is a part of our culture. This is why Geiger Ready Mix feels so honored to be acknowledged for this great award. We look forward to being associated with Synergy Services and continuing to support their efforts in the community. We are excited about partnering and adding to their success for many years to come.
At J.D. Construction, we exist to enrich lives through inspired people and places. Lauren Kepler is one of our own inspired people. She's co-chair of tonight's Kindest Kansas Citian Award. In her role here at J.D., she works alongside local school districts. She also gives her personal time, serving in multiple nonprofit board positions and volunteering to serve others. Hi, I'm Nancy Phelps, Community Impact Director here at J.D. Construction. We are so thankful to Synergy for the amazing work that you do in the community. We stand with you in creating a safe today and a stronger tomorrow.
Mom, Mrs. Doty, makes me feel happy and appreciated. She's the definition of kind. Of course, Mrs. Doty does not do anything extraordinary or life-changing, but it's the small things in life that really count.
She offered to drive not only me and her daughter to and from school, but also 3 other girls without skipping a beat. I got to be part of the school play, and without Doty being there to drive me to practice on virtual days, I wouldn't have been able to participate. Doty Hoffman's kindness allowed me to do something I love.
Trust me, a small act of kindness can make someone's day. I would know, because that's exactly what Mrs. Doty does for me. So the next time you have a chance to hold open a door or compliment an outfit, remember this story and open the window to shine some light on someone's day.
Goran Karadjov is the top coach I've ever had, and he inspires me and lifts me up every day. He introduced me to coaches and helped me get to where I am now, and he still continues to help me reach my goals. Goran truly loves what he does, and it shows in all the time and effort he puts into each player. Not only is Goran an inspiration for soccer, but he and his family are also the most giving and kind people I've ever met. They moved here from Macedonia without any guidance and with English as their second language. They learned how to live in America and succeed. Goran and his family are the types of people who will do anything to help anyone. For example, they will make your family dinner, they will help fix something in your house, help celebrate your achievements, and help cope with your failures. I feel so lucky to have met Goran Karadjov, and I feel it is important for Kansas City to learn about their kindest person.
Dr. Patel saved my mom's life. And this, Dr. Patel is here, and my mom is here. Her hair is much longer than this one. And over here is like her heartbeat area. Like, I thought maybe she was having high heartbeat or something. And then these are the wheels. I thought those didn't look like legs. Dr. Patel was the one who had figured out what was making her have trouble breathing. So that was the reason I nominated Dr. Patel, because none of the other doctors could figure it out.
To me, Vanda Johnson is my kindest Kansas Citian because she is the most fantastic person I know. She would do anything for anyone, and that is why I'm nominating her for this award. Something that still amazes me to this day is what she does for other people. Every Christmas, she goes to the graveyard and finds all the baby graves and decorates them all with flowers and other cute little decorations. Sometimes she goes to the nursing homes around her and visits some of the residents there. Sometimes even signs them out and takes them out to eat or to go shopping, which I never knew was possible. And apparently you can, and she does it. When she was waitressing, if she saw someone that was starving or didn't have enough food, she would give them extra food and pay out of her pocket for them. She is 76 years old, and every summer she mows her neighbor's grass for her, even though her neighbor is only a few years older than she is. She's one of my biggest role models and someone I look up to for about everything. She has made such a positive impact on my life and my family's life, and I think that nobody else fits this category more than her.
I've struggled with my mental health since my older cousin Adam passed away in a car wreck in 2010. I was close to him, so his passing hit me hard. The following 5, almost 6 years have been a slowly spiraling downfall. I wrote Mr. Maggio a letter opening up about how badly I was struggling and how I needed his help. He immediately focused on getting me help. I stayed after school one day and spilled out my whole life story. By the next day, Maggio was already reaching out every form of help he could. Counselors, therapists, and offering to talk to my parents. This man would lay down everything he's ever worked for to help his students. He's the kindest human being I've ever crossed paths with. Mr. Maggio saved my life, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. Why are you crying? Why are you crying?
That's so sweet.
I hugged you back, but you had me in a chokehold. Thank you.
Miss Robin from JCPRD, she got me through hard times. One day I was bullied by someone and they made me want to leave. So I went to Miss Robin, sad, and she told me that I was special and just ignore them. She said, don't let anyone get to you, and then she gave me a hug. She makes me feel so safe. She makes me smile all the time, and there's no way I would have gotten through my year without her.
To me, Brooke is the kindest Kansas Citian because Brooke is the kindest person in the world. Brooke is my family friend, and there are many reasons why she is my kindest Kansas Citian. The first reason why she is my kindest Kansas Citian is Brooke is spectacular. For example, she donates clothes to us. That makes me feel amazing. Second, Brooke is the kindest Kansas Citian because she is a doctor. I've known her my whole life. Brooke is not my doctor. She works on the front lines. She helps people that might die. One time she took off her work just to drive me to the hospital. I think it was the second time that I cracked my head open in that year. I fell off a slide looking to see if the other person was done.
Well, I think kindness is more important now than ever, just to make our world a better place, to inspire others to be kind to everyone, and to help us get through these tough times. Because I feel like that's the only way we're going to get through it, is just to lift each other up and make each day the best that we can. Wow, Shania, I agree. Dr. Patel certainly seems like one of the kindest in KC. While tonight we get to celebrate just 20 of the kindest Kansas Citians, Kansas City certainly is the kindest place in the universe. And each of us certainly knows someone that exemplifies kindness every single day. And we want to hear all about them. As you enjoy our out of this world celebration of kindness, make sure to shout out the kindest person you know on social media. Use hashtag KindestInKC, and don't forget to tag Synergy Services so we can honor your kindest Kansas Citian and spread our kindness celebration across the solar system. And speaking of the kindest in KC, thank you to all of our generous sponsors who made tonight possible and are enjoying some delicious charcuterie and wine that beam down to their doorsteps just in time for the stream. Oh, I'm getting something here. Lauren? Michael? I'm receiving a very important message from space. Oh, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Kansas City? J.E. Dunn Construction? Geiger Ready Mix? Curry Real Estate Services? Quick Trip? Capital Federal? And UMB? Wow. All of these incredible businesses have helped us make the 31st annual Kindest Kansas Citian Awards presented by American Century Investments possible. Now, let's hear from two of our incredible partners, UMB and CBIZ. Oh, another message is coming through. A bidding war? A bidding war for a happy hour on the Boulevard Rec Deck for 25 people? Mission Control, are you guys ready to get in on this? Or, oh, it's happening right now? Oh, we gotta go. Let's start bidding. Oh, and you have a great chance to win a wine basket if you get a raffle ticket right now. Okay. You better get to bidding. Get those raffle tickets. But right now, if you give a $1,000 gift, it can provide a school year's worth of mental health training, support, and development for a teacher in a Kansas City area classroom for the 2022 school year. With students returning to in-person learning, our teachers will need help and support more than ever. The training provided by our in-school services can give them the tools they need to thrive, teach, and support our children in the most challenging of times. Can someone give $1,000 right now to support a Kansas City teacher? Another message is coming through. Wow, our satellite has just picked up some intergalactic kindness. We just received a $1,000 donation from Mary Gabrick. Mary, thank you so much for your generous donation. You have just impacted a full classroom of students with your kindness. Can anyone else out there join Mary in her kindness and give $1,000 right now to get us one step closer to our goal? In the meantime, Mission Control, let's beam back to Kansas City and their nominees whose kindness shines as bright as the sun. Also, we'll get to hear a special message from our presenting sponsor, American Century Investments.
The St. James Varsity volleyball coach, a mom of 5 kids, teaches history, and she helps raise money for kids with cancer just for fun. Even after all that, she still makes room for me. Miss Dorsey does a really good job of teaching her kids to be kind too. When I grow up, I want to be just like Miss Dorsey, always kind and talking to kids. She's one of the nicest people I've ever met, and she does a lot of nice things for other people too. She does stuff like even when she's not supposed to. Like as I mentioned in there, she raises thousands of dollars for kids with cancer every year, and that's not even her job.
I think kindness is about doing things for others, putting others before yourself. That's what we talk about a lot in our house. It's just how can you make somebody else's life better and look out for other people.
I think Mr. Sanchez is the kindest Kansas Citian. He's a custodian at my school, and he's nice to everyone in the school. Every day I come to school, the floors are clean and my classroom is clean. Mr. Sanchez not only cleans the school, but he paints the walls too. He does it during break. When we are playing our games, he is painting walls. That is not fair. He needs to have a break. He works so hard. In my opinion, Mr. Sanchez is the kindest Kansas Citian. He's kind to everyone and makes everyone in my school laugh and have fun.
Miss Sherry was my old bus driver. Honestly, I hated riding the bus, but Miss Sherry was always there for me. She always knew how to make my day. My 6th grade year was very hard for me. I felt like no one really cared for me, but then Miss Sherry would talk with the biggest smile on her face, and I felt like I had a smile too. She made me feel cared about. She proved that sometimes the kindest thing to do is just to be there for someone, to make them feel loved and appreciated. One day I got on the bus and my friends started making fun of me for being weird and would make fun of me every day after that. Eventually, one day, I ran off the bus crying. The next day when Miss Sherry talked to me, she was so gentle and understanding. When I told her what was happening, she immediately calmed me down. She was loving and kind. She impacted the life of others just by caring for them. Best of all, Miss Sherry does the small things, the things that most people overlook, but everyone needs.
Coach Brenton makes me feel happy, loved, and smart.
Good job.
You make me feel happy, smart, and loved too.
Alice Kitchen is my nominee for Kindest Kansas Citian. I think this because she is all around an astonishing woman. She used to be a nun and is an activist. She fights for women's rights, Black lives, equality, and so much more. I know people who are transgender and they get bullied because of that. When she heard this news, she went over to their house with a gift basket and a huge smile. On weekends, she goes around our neighborhood and leaves cookies in a basket to people who she heard were having a bad day. Alice definitely inspires me. She just makes me want to help people. Alice, you are an amazing person. You're like my role model.
One of the kindest and most generous people I know is Elizabeth Lane. She is a violinist who plays many free music concerts. She started a program called Bach Reach that helps teach students about the violin and music. Mrs. Lane has done 4 free open-air community concerts in 2020 despite the pandemic. Elizabeth Lane is such an inspiring, nurturing, and tender-hearted person, and one day I hope I can share my music with others just like she does.
I'd like to nominate Mr. Tom Spalding as the Kindest Kansas Citian Award. He is my neighbor. Mr. Tom is very kind, caring, and involved. Mr. Tom is very helpful in our neighborhood. He makes sure the grass is cut and mows for a neighbor on his riding lawnmower. But I think he just likes to ride the lawnmower.
Mr. Tom volunteers for church, our neighborhood. He puts up Christmas lights. He talks to me. He is my friend.
The last time it snowed, he let us use his sled to go sledding, and he played in the snow with us, throwing snowballs, building a snowman, and burying us in the snow. It was a great day.
He kept on burying me until we couldn't really see me, and then my dad was wondering where I was.
That does sound like fun.
But I popped out of the snow.
My 4th grade teacher, Jamie Hankey, has had a long-lasting effect on me and many others. When I had her as my teacher, I had very few friends and dealt with a lot of really harsh kids. Miss Hankey knew what was going on, and she did everything in her power to let me know that she was there for me. She took special time out of her lunch to eat with me and overall made sure I knew I was loved. There was one Friday I was in her class waiting for the day to be over so we could have our talk like we normally do. A kid walked in from the hallway and she gave him a paper bag. He proceeded to walk to the back of the room and pick out a ton of different snacks and then left. She caught him stealing food one day, and she learned that over the weekend he would have little to no food to eat, and he was taking it because he was hungry. Although it was something small yet kind, it impacted that boy so much when he could have kept going down the wrong path. Miss Hankey is one of the most caring hearts I've ever seen in a person and always has the best intentions.
Kindness during COVID has been very important. You know, everybody is facing challenges that they are not used to dealing with. And so grace and kindness has been more important this year than ever. You have to dig deep and understand the whole situation before you have any kind of reactions this year, and just making sure that everybody, again, feels important.
Thank you for always checking up on me and taking care of me. It did help a lot.
I love you.
I love you too.
The sun is low, I'm letting go of the pieces that I found. I'll pick them back up tomorrow and have another go around. I built it up, broke it down, it's buried in the ground. Let's see if something grows there, the flowers will be your crown. And on the longest of the night, when we see that distant light, you'll know you can pick it back up tomorrow and have another go around.
American Century Investments. We're more invested in you.
Wow. American Century Investments spreads kindness across our entire galaxy. Now, I have the pleasure to introduce you to another one of our honorary stars. You saw him on our space adventures as our alien friend, seen before as Captain America, and community members across Kansas City have the pleasure of working with him. I, alongside the entire Synergy team, have been inspired by him and his love for Kansas City in action. Here to present another one of our honorary stars, Jake Jacobson, is Michael Gabrick.
Hello, I'm Michael Gabrick. I serve on the Synergy Services Board of Directors and am co-chairing this year's Kindest Kansas Citian Awards with Lauren Kepler. It is my pleasure to introduce Jake Jacobson, a 2021 Kindest Kansas Citian Honorary Star. I've had the pleasure of knowing Jake for many years. I recall meeting him for the first time and immediately realizing how friendly he was. Over the years, I have recognized Jake's extraordinary kindness as well, both in his everyday actions and his willingness to give to others. For over 20 years, Jake has served on boards of many Kansas City nonprofit organizations. In 2017, he was recognized by Nonprofit Connect as a Volunteer of the Year. Not long after, Jake raised $35,000 for Noah's Bandage Project and the BMA Foundation by competing in a local Dancing with the Stars competition. Of the 18 marathons Jake has competed in, he has run the Chicago Marathon for Ronald McDonald House Charities 3 times, once raising $10,000 as the nation's 5th highest individual fundraiser. Jake has dedicated countless hours volunteering as an MC, an auctioneer, or a race announcer for events around the Kansas City metro. He is one of the few people in the world that could probably announce a marathon and run it at the same time. Jake brings kindness and humility balanced with energy and humor to any volunteer activity he is involved in. Congratulations to all of tonight's Honorary Stars and Kindest Kansas Citian Award winners. In light of the events of the last 12 months or so, your kindness shines brighter and is needed more than ever before. On behalf of Synergy Services and on behalf of Kansas City, thank you, Jake, for spreading kindness through your service and volunteerism.
Thanks, Mike. I really appreciate those kind words, and it means even more getting this award from a great friend. What you didn't mention is that you were with me for 2 of those marathons, putting in all the training miles and raising money to help our friends at Ronald McDonald House. So this is a lot of fun tonight, and it's kind of a nice change from running double-digit mileage as a reason to hang out.
Much better.
Yes, yes. So thank you again. And I want to thank you and Lauren for chairing this year's event. I've had a front row seat to see just how much time, energy, and passion the 2 of you have put into it, and you 2 are making a huge impact. A big thanks also to the Synergy staff. It's always inspiring to work with Robin, Ann, Claire, Katie, and the whole team, which is why I was so quick to respond when I got the call asking if I could chat about this year's Kindest Kansas Citian Awards. I had such a fantastic time last year as we dressed up like Captain America, Robin, and Wonder Woman to host the awards that I couldn't wait to hear what the team had up their sleeves this year. I never could have imagined that the call was to tell me that I was going to be an honoree, especially following in the footsteps of Sean Miller and legendary K-State coach Bill Snyder last year. It was quite a shock. So after things calmed down and we talked a bit, I asked, but can I still be a host too? So thank you again, Mike, Lauren, and Synergy for humoring me and letting me join the fun again this year. And a giant thank you to my wife, Angelia, who is so supportive of my time spent volunteering, even when it involves me running around town dressed up as a superhero or alien, and is always looking for creative ways that we can help others in our family, our neighborhood, and our community. And that's just it. Volunteering has always been fun for me. It's a wonderful blend of serving and socializing, and I always walk away inspired by the nonprofit I just helped and a better, smarter advocate for the work they do. And I'll let you in on a secret. Helping others feels awfully good, and everyone wins. I saw this firsthand growing up as both my parents were high school teachers. My dad taught chemistry and physics in the same room for 40 years, and my mom taught career skills to kids who had learning or behavioral delays. So I was surrounded by wonderful examples of empathy and kindness. I still remember at my dad's retirement party how a former student from decades earlier drove all the way up to Iowa from Oklahoma so that he could introduce his daughter to Mr. Jacobson, thank my dad, and drive right back home. And I've lost track of the number of my mom's students who have told her that they wouldn't have the career they have without the skills that she taught them. So I never pass up an opportunity to thank them for being amazing role models. And that's another reason why this award and this event are so special to me. Hearing these kids share their stories of gratitude and admiration for their teachers or other influential adults is so powerful. I had the pleasure and honor of reading many of the essays contributed by kindergartners, first graders, and second graders, and every one of them made me smile and tear up a bit at the same time. I can only imagine what those teachers felt as they read them. And that's the power of kindness, or helping, or volunteering, however you want to approach it. It means a lot to me that Synergy is honoring me tonight, not for the work I've done on their behalf, but for all that I've done for other organizations. Being raised with a focus on serving and helping others, I've always looked for ways that I can help. I'll probably never be the biggest donor in the room, but there are always other ways that I can make an impact. Most of them recently have involved hopping on a microphone, whether I'm announcing 1,000 women's names as they finish the Win for KC Triathlon, or hosting trivia for the Ronald McDonald House or the Myasthenia Gravis Association, or seeing how fast I can talk as an auctioneer for the MS Society or KC Pet Project. I love seeing the smiles I can put on other people's faces, and every time I come out of it feeling even more energized. Even surviving 6 months of dance lessons to do a ballroom routine in front of 1,000 people was all worth it when I was able to raise $35,000 for Noah's Bandage Project and BMA Foundation. The dance was okay, but the looks on Noah's parents' faces will stick with me forever. So that's what I'm hoping you'll take from this. Every little bit helps. I was fortunate to grow up in the environment that I did, with parents and family friends who modeled kindness in their actions. Not all kids are in the same situation. Tonight, we can help them out. I won't ask you to hop on a microphone or run a marathon or do a ballroom dance. It really is harder than it looks. But anyway, all you have to do is donate whatever feels right to you. Think about the impact others have had on you with their kindness and generosity. And this is your opportunity to pay it forward. I wish we were all together in a big ballroom where I could see each of you in person and thank each of you for the ways you've helped me grow and succeed. This past year has been hard on so many in our community, and I'm constantly counting our blessings and hoping for brighter days ahead for everyone suffering through this pandemic. And selfishly, I can't wait for hugs, high fives, and happy hours to return. But for tonight, I appreciate you tuning in, and I hope you take a moment to support Synergy services however you can. Every bit helps, and everyone wins. So thank you again, Synergy. I can't wait to see our costumes for next year.
Thank you again, Jake, for being one of the kindest in the galaxy. Jake, alongside our super stellar sponsors, helped us make tonight happen. Joining Jake in being one of the kindest in KC are Trisha and Jason Bennett, Rita Blitt, Michelle and Ryan Brown, Ann and Tom Eisenberg, Amanda and Sean Richardson, Barbara and Robert Unell, and Robin Winner. I know that there are so many people watching right now that have been so inspired by Jake and all that he does here in Kansas City and across our solar system. Alongside my mission control team, I have just seen on the Hubble telescope that Jake Jacobson has just given $500 to help expand the school-based services program to provide a school year's worth of conflict resolution and mindfulness materials to an elementary school right here in Kansas City. If you know Jake, or if you're inspired by the many things he does in this community, can you give $500 right now to match Jake's generous gift? If you've met Jake, you know how contagious his kindness and enthusiasm is. So let's join Jake in leaving a legacy of kindness in Kansas City by giving your gift right now. One of the schools directly impacted by the dollars you're giving right now is the 2021 Kindest School, Grace Moore Elementary School. And we're so excited to introduce you to them now.
Good evening. My name is Kevin Schaffstall, and I'm the director of the Prior Leadership Studies program at William Jewell College. Last year, we graciously accepted the honor of the 2020 Rita Blitt Kindest School for the work we have done with Synergy and throughout our Kansas City community. This year, I'm proud to present the 2021 Rita Blitt Kindest School Award to Grace Moore Elementary School. Grace Moore goes above and beyond in creating a kind culture for their students. The kindness shown by the staff drives the students to want to reflect that same kindness to their teachers and fellow classmates. Through regular acts of kindness and meaningful service projects, they truly set the bar for kindness. Just last year, they adopted over 20 families for Christmas, gave out 150 pairs of shoes to kids in need, participated in backpack snacks for students who are in need of extra food, completed a fundraiser for a young teacher at their school with cancer, adopted families that are in transition into permanent housing, developed a diversity council for students, and they made it their mission to ensure that every child is seen and understood. But what has really impressed me about Grace Moore Elementary was getting to know Dr. Wheeler. Grace Moore's approach to the physical and mental health of their students and the way that they understand the needs of their kids and how to meet them in meaningful ways is truly out of this world. One thing that stood out to me was the fact that they rarely send children to the principal's office. If there's an issue, they have a student support team that comes to meet with the child in their own element, helping the child to feel safe, meeting them where they are at, not forcing them into an uncomfortable setting. They take a helping approach rather than a disciplinary approach. They help kids understand that they're good kids. The staff at Grace Moore and Synergy help them to manage and regulate their behavior, ensuring the best learning environment for each and every student. They are truly trauma-informed, and I can really see the work they've done with the partnership of Synergy is changing the world for these young students. Dr. Wheeler and his staff are dedicated to their students. They care about each individual's well-being. They are filling the world with good, well-rounded, emotionally stable children who will work to change the world around them and share the techniques they have learned at Grace Moore with those around them throughout their lifetime. I cannot think of a more deserving school to receive this great honor. Congratulations to Grace Moore Elementary on becoming this year's Kindest School.
Wow. I mean, we're just so excited to be recognized for the 2021 Kindest School of the Year. I think it's a real credit to our staff, to the contributions of Synergy, but ultimately to the opportunities for the children here at Grace Moore. I think kindness has actually become a byproduct of just what our core values are, the values of humanity, excellence, and collective strength. Each individual deserves excellence, and we want to strive to be the best we can be for one another, and knowing that we only succeed when we capitalize on our collective strengths. We're super happy to be able to celebrate that our students look like America. We're probably 25% African American, 25% Hispanic, about 5% of a variety of other folks, including Asian and Pacific Islander, and then just about 48% white. Grace Moore is a neighborhood school, but it's also a Title I school. And what that means is we have a federal distinction that we have economic need.
We have a lot of at-risk students here, a lot of mental health needs. The great thing about having Amber and Synergy here is we are able to reach so many more students than we would have been able to before.
Well, Amber is a natural part of our staff because she just jumps right in. She is adaptable and flexible because she knows that's what the kids need and she knows that's what our school needs.
As a resiliency specialist, I'm the one who goes and teaches the social emotional lessons in the classroom. So I think that we have a really special opportunity to be in the schools just because now that kids are growing up with technology, they're growing up in a different age, especially with COVID happening right now. They are needing these extra supports and they have these extra big feelings that they're needing to an outlet, knowing how to let these out in a healthy way. That's right. That's right. It's our big feelings that help us calm down, right? You guys remember that?
We've practiced mindfulness a lot. Mindfulness, you can breathe and like drawing or listening to music, or like just sitting there being silent, put your head down on your desk. That's something that's being mindful.
And being in a Title I school, you have a lot of extra socioeconomic status kids that are needing the extra support because they might not have it at home because mom and dad are working overnight or working multiple jobs, and the kids often need that extra support and extra love.
So the children here at Grace Moore face some of the same challenges that so many kids face growing up in a digital age, trying to socialize with all the media and influences that they have. Children have really, really big emotions and don't always know how to handle those. And that can be compounded in individual cases where we've had separations in the home or a loss of a loved one that make those big feelings even bigger.
Right now I have a child that I see for individual prevention, and mom has died. Her dad was not a great influence on her, and she often comes to school unbathed, isn't able to eat food at home. Working with her, she has these big emotions, how she still misses mom, and oftentimes she has a picture of mom, and she has a picture of mom, and she shares it with her class. And she always says, I miss mom, I miss mom. And we always talk about those feelings and what that looks like for her, and how we process that, and the good things that are going on in her life, and how we can count those positives.
In our world of a digital society, those big emotions are hard for kids. COVID has only served to compound them. That has led to a more stark need for kids to be able to process, to connect. And that's a place where Synergy and Amber in particular come in really handy. The need to support social emotional learning has evolved quite a bit. Our SST team, our student support team, is a byproduct of that. In our classrooms, when a kid has a really big feeling and they're struggling to manage that, end up making bad choices. They're either being disruptive or maybe even dangerous. The teacher will call for SST to help that child to de-escalate or to help remove them from the environment so that the other students can continue to learn and we can continue to support the individual needs for that child. So rather than let's exclude a child from the community, like send them to the principal's office like they did when we were in school, we try to come to the instructional environment, respond to the needs of the kid, to keep the disruption as minimal as possible, but also to be able to flex to meet their needs, and ultimately help kids have more instruction and learn more.
I think it's pretty well known and researched that kids cannot be successful academically if they do not have some of those social emotional regulation skills. And so these kids need that in order to be successful academically and then in life.
Being able to have therapy in-house, being able to do individual prevention and group prevention and teaching class lessons, all are meeting the kids where they're at in schools. And so we're able to be that safety net and that catch one for all.
We have kids that have so many barriers to getting mental health treatment. And what Synergy has done is they've given us the resources to provide those services in the school setting. That's automatically taking away several barriers: time, transportation, finances. They're able to do that right here in the school and get the help that they need.
When these outside services are needed, this is where Synergy is great and can come into play and see we can meet them on the ground and meet them where they're at.
Synergy helps us set students up to be successful. When asked in terms of staffing allocations, I routinely ask for more reading teachers, and I would ask for 10 more Ambers. If we could have 10 Synergy people here every day, our kids would be better served.
Synergy has done a great job of being able to expand our programming this year tremendously, and I can only hope for more because the kids need it. They truly need it.
As a society, I think we've always seen the value and potential in children, and we've invested in schools for the purpose of helping children grow to their fullest potential.
They're learning just how to be better humans, how to have empathy for others, how to maintain and build relationships, how to problem solve. They're learning all of these skills, which is important for everyone.
They are far more resilient and adaptable than adults are, and they naturally want to be friends and naturally want to love on one another. You know, in a more perfect world, we might use them as the role model because they do an awesome job of it.
These kids are our future. These kids are, how are we going to bring them up and teach them these skills when they grow up older or even when they get in a higher grade?
I get excited every day, and I leave home in a hurry, ready to come to work and excited about what we're going to do each day. I think it's not just the potential of, but the present spirit of children that isn't like anything else.
Every single day, Synergy's school-based integrated services team makes a difference in the lives of students across the metro. As Dr. Matthew Wheeler said, he wishes he could have 10 more Ambers. And right now, with a $250 gift, you can provide several therapy sessions from a trained and caring Synergy therapist during the school day, supporting students just like Aubrey. Removing financial and transportation barriers to these students allows continual therapy so progress can be made and can help the child become more resilient and ability to learn. Helping children heal from the effects of traumatic experiences can stop the cycle of violence in its track. Oh, I've just gotten word from our mission control team. One of our very generous donors has just shared that the first five $250 donations that come to our Space Center will be matched. So get out your phone right now and turn your $250 donation into $500. And if you haven't already, keep that phone out and text KKC 2021 to 243-725 to donate right now. While you double your impact, it's almost time to wrap up the 31st Annual Kindest Kansas Citian Awards, presented by American Century Investments. But before we complete our orbit, I have one more video of our kiddos sharing about their celestial nominees. And while you watch this video, I want you to think about how you can make an impact on a child in Kansas City tonight by supporting the critical work you just saw in action. Double your impact, change a life, and help us spread kindness across our entire solar system.
Miss Shepherd was the kindest Kansas Citian because she saved me on the playground.
I was going down a fire pole, but I accidentally got my arm stuck through a pole and I was hanging down.
No, I just remember seeing her hanging by an arm in our playground equipment, which is no longer there. And I just kind of unhooked her from it.
My feet were not even touching the ground.
Well, kindness is including others, making everybody feel important, that their voice matters, that their character matters. And it's important because we're all people.
After months of being quarantined, our neighbors, the Vaughts, invited my family to join them on bike rides. Jen Vaught, who's the mom, started taking a bunch of the neighborhood kids on rides. After one of our rides, she suggested making a bike riding club. We started keeping track of our miles. Before the summer ended, we passed our goal by riding more than 1,000. Because of her, I pushed myself to ride farther and go up a lot of hills that I never thought I would be able to do. She is the most neighborly and kindest Kansas Citian I know, and she makes me want to be a kinder person. I am so lucky to have her in my life.
You didn't tell him your nickname.
Oh yeah, Bike Boss.
Why is that?
Because when we took a corner in the rain, I fell off and I got right back up.
You showed that bike who's boss.
Yep.
Nicole is very kind to everyone and she is selfless. She is a mom of 4 girls. 1 girl she adopted from China and 2 of the 4 have Down syndrome. Nicole raises money for Down syndrome organizations to help others with Down syndrome. Nicole is also a nurse. She takes care of the people that need it the most. Nicole and her family also foster puppies and kittens from animal shelters. Nicole leads by example, showing the world what kindness means and what it looks like. Nicole has done very good things for Kansas City, Down syndrome, pets, and much more. This is why I nominate Nicole Wallace for the Kindest Kansas Citizen.
Kathy Dean is the kindest Kansas Citian because she is selfless, humble, and all-around kind. Kathy has been a well-known ray of light around the metro streets, bringing sunshine and friendship to all. In addition to her work at Uplift, she has a local garden that supports the homeless and other shelters in need around the community. Through her kind and generous heart, Kathy has made an impact on the Kansas City homeless community while teaching the youth the importance of self-giving. The work she has done and continues to do is why I think Kathy Dean is the kindest Kansas Citian.
Karen Hudson is my kindest Kansas Citian because she is quaint, nice, and fun. Karen Hudson is super smart because she was my brother's sped teacher and had tutored many students. She finds ways for them to succeed, and she caters to each student's learning lifestyle. She also cares so much about kids that she runs a business called the School of Economics. The School of Economics teaches flustered kids money management and customer service. And Karen made every day great for the kids at the School of Economics. When my mom became very sick with a brain tumor, Karen came over all the time and helped us. Karen Hudson knows the best way to make situations better. Her fun, nice, and smart attitude has always been there with us.
I just think that all people are worthy of your nice attitude towards them.
Thank you so much for being there with us.
You're welcome.
To me, Miss Turner is my kindest Kansas Citian because she's an awesome person to begin with. Second of all, she's an amazing teacher. She knows everything, even when she's guessing. The last thing is she's great at everything in the entire world. She never yells or screams at anyone, and she cares and loves her students like they are her kids. That's why I nominated Miss Turner. Nitin is my kindest Kansas Citian because he helped my family when in need. When my dad was hospitalized due to chest pain, he supported my family. He took us to his home and take care of me and my sister. He played with us, made sure that both me and my sister talked to my parents through video call. He even organized a pizza night for us we had in our own home. I thank him for being so nice and helpful to my family.
They were going through a really tough time, especially when their dad was hospitalized, and I thought, if there's something I could do to help this family, then yeah, why not?
His personality, his attitude, his kindness, his heart. He's a really nice person.
Just like how little raindrops make the big ocean, little acts of kindness put together can make a big impact in people's lives. So please do whatever you can to make that positive impact in everybody else's life.
As Nitin said, just like little raindrops can make an ocean, every small act of kindness can make an impact. And together, every dollar raised tonight will help us reach our goal. Get those final bids in. Our auction will close 10 minutes after our stream ends. Let's show the world what kindness can do in the kindest place in the universe, Kansas City. To each of you, thank you for your kindness, generosity, and your belief in the mission of Synergy Services as we celebrate the 31st annual Kindest Kansas Citian Awards, presented by American Century Investments. Now, let's end tonight with one final big bang. Make sure you get your final bids and donations in to help us reach our goal. Your $100 gift right now, $100, can provide a half-day learning session from a Synergy school-based behavioral specialist for a classroom, a whole classroom of elementary students in a Kansas City classroom on how to calm their bodies and brains, practice dispute resolution with peers, and foster a kind environment. Oh, what is this? I'm getting another message. Lauren? Michael? Jake? Is that you? Oh, my satellite is picking up a transmission live from their space station watch party. Hello!
I'll tell you what, Claire, these guys have just been screwed around all night long while we've all been enjoying this. Check out this amazing group of Synergy supporters that have been having a good time tonight. And we have just been having so much fun celebrating Kansas City and celebrating all the kindness that there is to be shown. We also know, even though our astronauts are still just messing around playing some cornhole, that there is 15 minutes left to bid on your favorite auction item. And again, as soon as I log off, I'm going to be upbidding a bunch of you, so you better be ready to join in. But we want to thank everybody for joining this. And also, if you're watching this on Facebook Live, go ahead and hit the share button, add a couple comments, tell everybody else to tune in, and we're going to have a good time. But for one more, out of mission control, we want to say thank you again to everyone for celebrating kindness in Kansas City. And we want to look forward to another amazing year ahead. So thank you guys, and we cannot wait to see everybody in person next year. It's going to be so much fun. All right, thank you guys. Hooray for kindness! Hooray for kindness!